we go. Hey, Facebook, hey, YouTube, Spotify, Pandora, everybody. Now, before we get started, I do want to go ahead and say trigger warning. Trigger warning. Something that might be said tonight might bring up trauma, might bring up old memories. Might bring up tears. So, without further ado, let's get it popping.
It's time for the Couch Chronicles, where there ain't no fucking limits.
Every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday from 8 Central Time. You don't never want to miss a couch. Trust me, it ain't no fucking limits. I said none.
Period. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in. All my couch potatoes. Again, trigger warning.
Some days it's cloudy and other days you can choose wrong or you can fix your ways. Life's too short to be playing games, but if you sure you gon' make a change, I know it's gon' be hard, but you gon' be okay. And do not give up even if you make the same mistake. Yeah, it's tough, so just try to get your head right. I know you were searching for some answers and he was dead right. Yeah, you was. I know they tried to make you think that you was crazy. No, you was. No, you was. No, you was. Now every time you come around, you just be scoping, don't be saying. I keep my mouth closed and I just listen. We never been on the same. You can say we different. It's a hard pill to swallow when there's no chaser. So go ahead and close and let me take a toast with y'all. Some days it's cloudy after cloudy days. You can choose wrong or you can fix your ways. Life's too short to be playing games, but if you sure you gon' make a change, I know that you try, but then you gon' be okay. Please don't give up, cause I promise you gon' find your way. After the storm is over, you'll see it wasn't all for nothing. You'll see that it wasn't all for nothing. Hey.
The tunnel might be dark, but keep on going until you end up seeing the light. It wasn't all for nothing. It's the Couch Chronicles, where it ain't no fucking limits. I do this every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 8 Central Time, and every Wednesday from 9:30 a.m. Central Time. Follow Couch Chronicles No Limits on Spotify, Pandora, THA Couch on Facebook, TikTok, and Bigo. Couch Chronicles No Limits on Instagram, and my main YouTube Instagram and my .coms, which is ThaRealJanell and THA Couch.com. If you haven't already done so, make sure that you check on your people. If you fuck with somebody, check on them. Do a wellness check, even if you have to make a mass post. That way, you know, whoever's on Facebook can see it and they can acknowledge and, you know, let you know how you doing, how they doing. If you know anybody that's locked up, write them. If you know anybody that's in the hospital, do a wellness check. It's really important to me, for me, to do that, because life is too short. I've lost so many people. And some of them, I was like, oh my gosh, I wish I would have did a wellness check, or I wish I would have kept in contact with, but. So, now, I tell you guys this again, trigger warning. Some of the things that you might hear tonight on the couch might make you cry, might make you feel some type of way, might bring up old memories that you probably didn't want to dig up. But this new segment that I'm starting on the couch is called Swept Under. Swept under the rug. Swept under, period. And the reason why is because it is a subject that does not get talked about. I don't hear any podcast talking about just on a day, on a norm, like just no, I don't. So that's going to be the norm for the couch because we have to talk about it. We got to hear different stories. Today you're going to hear my story. And this is going to be, again, the first time that we're doing this on the couch. Swept under the rug. Swept under the fucking rug. I know you guys, some of you guys have been keeping up with the news and seeing what's going on with the Naziah Harris case. And Detroit, it is a sad time in Detroit right now. Before we get started, let's go ahead and give a moment of silence for the ones that has lost their lives from sexual abuse, fentanyl overdose, mental health issues, for whatever reason. Whatever reason. If you guys have anything turned on, take a moment and give this moment to the people that you can remember that you've lost, or even the ones that you don't know that we've lost. Thank you. Now, we don't even know really if Naziah Harris is dead, but they did find bloody clothes but he, first of all, nobody has been found, and I'm praying that even though it looks like she might be dead, or I pray that she's alive, some way, somehow. Do I like sports? Yes, I do like sports. So I'm really praying that she is still alive and that she gets justice. Molestation happens in the Black community a lot. Almost every family has a pedophile or someone who is not right. And a lot of our family, our community especially, won't admit that. They won't admit that they have a Diddy or R. Kelly in their family until it comes out and they're arrested or something. They can see or hear something going on, but won't speak on it. They'll just turn a blind eye and sweep it under the rug like they didn't hear silent cries coming from their little niece's room or their daughter's room because you've been drinking or you got to work. But now you're doing your daughter's laundry and you found blood in her panties, but you don't ask about it. You don't ask about it. She's 11, she's 10, she's 9. Why wouldn't you ask about it? I can't say I don't know why. But I feel the reason why a lot of the Black community sweeps it under the rug is because, number one, we already had slavery over our head. Okay? And a lot of the things that happened during slavery, it was not by choice. The slave owners degrading the men, fucking them in front of the whole everybody, the biggest person that's in there to show them that, hey, look what I did to your big bad Black man. Degrading him in front of everybody. So now you have ancestors that have been raped, beaten, and even the men degraded, humiliated in front of the whole plantation. So later on down the line, when they end up having kids. They can't get this out of their head. So then they start acting on the sick things that happen to them or that they're having flashbacks about. And then it wouldn't even matter if it was your daughter, your niece. And then now you put that on your daughter, been molesting your daughter. And now when she gets older, she's fucked up. But then she doesn't say anything, let alone gets counseling, because of how people would look at her and her family, especially after what they've endured during slavery, being black, period, racism, so many things, obstacles against us. Why on earth would we want to admit to a flaw that's not even supposed to plague us? I don't know who on earth has said that there's no molestation in the black community. That there's no R. Kelly's, no Diddy's, no... Because I used to always hear, oh, that only happens in the white community. Only white people do the incest. Like, are you kidding me? That is so not true. I'm getting such a migraine from this because I'm talking about trigger warning for y'all. This is a trigger warning for me. You know, because we need to be able to make everyone in our family, or just people in general, even if they're not in your family, if they can see you speak on what happened to you, how what happened to you was swept under the rug, that can help shape their future, that can help them be able to speak out. A lot of people are embarrassed. Do you think it's a good thing to be like, yo, my cousin has been raping me? No. But it happened. It happened a whole summer. And honestly, I felt like I was the one to blame. I was the one to blame because did I fight hard like I should have fought? And the sick shit that he would say in my ear, I remember this is the type of stuff that don't need to be swept under the rug. Because this is the type of stuff that's happening, whether we like to admit it or not. But it gets swept under the rug constantly, for decades, generations. A lot of us, we grow up and we got to break these generational curses. Part of them generational curses is the molestations that was swept under the rug. The abuse that was swept under the rug. That's part of breaking generational curses. And Although it is a tough subject to talk about, although it's very hard, it has to be talked about. Because if we don't start speaking out, it's going to be more generations that go on and on and on that keep doing the same thing, sweeping it right on under the rug. We've gotten to a point where we made it to where it's okay, and it's not. It's not okay. Thank you, Bree. It's not okay. It's not okay for your uncle to be looking at you sexually. It's not okay for your cousins to be, that's not okay. It's not okay for your brother to be grabbing at your titty and pinching your titty. That's not okay. And it's definitely not okay for you to tell a family member and they make you like, girl, you lying. They steady want to say that you lying because they're in denial. They don't want to believe it. Who wants to believe that their favorite brother in the world is molesting their daughter? Who wants to believe that? Who wants to believe that somebody that you respected, that you loved the most, your father, has been touching you like he touches your mother? Sorry. It's called swept under the rug because this is what happens. Shit like this happens and they sweep it under the rug. They sweep it right under the rug like it's okay. And then wonder how come their child grew up and is rebellious. Or some of them turned the wrong way and is very sexually active. Now they're selling their pussy. Now they can't stop fucking. Because it was put in their mind at a young age that it's okay. Because their dad was touching them. Their cousin was touching them. Their brother was touching them. Little boys get touched too. Don't think it's just little girls. Little boys are being taken advantage of in their own families right now. And told, you better suck it up. While their uncle is fucking them in the ass. But they gotta suck it up. They gotta be a man about it. And they can't say nothing. If you tell anybody, I'ma beat your ass. You young. Like, you can't whoop your uncle. Like, you can't whoop your father. They overpower you by so much. When you are a prisoner in your own home, by your own family members, and it's nobody you could tell, because you don't want to embarrass your family. You don't want to embarrass yourself. You don't want people to look at you wrong, because the first thing somebody says is, well, why did you stay? Why did I stay? Because this is my goddamn family. What do you mean, why did I stay? We like to hope that when it comes to family that everything works out. Even if they do the unforgivable. Even if. I remember my cousin came to visit for a summer. And at this time, my dad had already thought I was fast. I had already been running away, but I was running away because my dad was beating the fuck out of me. He wasn't beating me with no belt, none of that shit. That nigga was beating me in the face with his fist, punching me the fuck out like I was a grown-ass fucking man from the age of 9 on up. So I used to run away a lot because I couldn't deal. I didn't even want to be alive. So I would run away a lot. And I didn't even give a fuck about what my dad thought about me or what they said in the streets if I went home with somebody because I needed to sleep on somebody's couch. Or something. I didn't really care. And when my dad and I would argue, he would say some mean shit. You know, he would even try to make it like I was just fucking everybody in the fucking world. Like, no, he wasn't a substance abuser. I love you too. He is just Trinidadian. And his mother, when I got older, he told me that it was because his mom was abusive. But, so, anyways. So I used to run away a lot, argue with my dad a lot. And the fact that when he used to beat me, sometimes to the point where I couldn't even go to school, that's what, number one, started me off to be a liar. Because I couldn't just be like, come to school with a black eye or a busted lip and be like, oh, my dad did it. No. Because one thing about the black family is we have to sweep that under the rug because nobody can know. We've already used to be slaves. They already look, it's like we're the aggressor. So much over our head. And then we got to sweep this under the rug. We're taught to sweep things under the rug at a young age. So this has to be swept under the rug that my dad is beating the fuck out of me and running the church ministry. Feeding the homeless in the church and the this and the that. Just after you got done beating the fuck out of me, I'm still wiping up blood and now I have to come sing for this church. Mm-hmm. So my cousin came to visit. This was my first time meeting him. And I don't really know all my family like that. So when I get to know them or when I come around, I'm like, clinging because I want to get to know you. Like, wow, you my cousin. I've never met you. And worst mistake of my life. My cousin took advantage of that. He took advantage of the fact that my dad was abusive, that I was looking for love. And the first time that I'm sorry, y'all. The first time that my cousin got into bed with me, I was really just in shock. I couldn't move. I couldn't really believe it was happening. You ever had something happen to you and you just like, you know that you want to react, but you can't react? That's how I was. I couldn't react. I was just shocked. It stuck. So that made him think that it was okay. The first night when I was going to go tell my mom and dad, I did something to piss my dad off that day, and we arguing. Now I can't even tell you what's going on because I can't even fucking stand you right now. We arguing. I'm looking at you different now. Like, I don't trust you. So how can I trust you with what's going on with me, what just happened to me? And then everybody, and my mom, my sister, I felt so alone, so by myself. My cousin stayed for a whole summer. My cousin raped me a whole summer. The last night that he raped me, he raped me so hard in my ass that when I sat in the tub, it was nothing but blood. And I wouldn't come out the bathroom. And I didn't even care who had to use the bathroom. We got two of them bitches go to mom and daddy's bathroom. And I'm not the only one this has happened to. It's other family besides my family. It's other people out there that this has happened to. And it just gets swept under the rug. Or you too stunned or scared to speak because your family already looks at you fucked up. Y'all don't get along. Who's gonna believe you? Then what? And you go years with this trauma building up. And just like if you set a candle on top of another candle and they just melt on top of each other, it's a buildup. It's going to get higher. And no matter how many times a candle goes out on top of the other candle, it's still going to stack up. That's just like your emotions. That's just like your trauma. It just stacks up. When other things happen, it just stacks up. Molested in your own home, swept under the rug. And a lot of families. And I especially say the Black community because we have a habit of sweeping it under the rug out of embarrassment, out of shame, and not saying that other communities don't, out of shame, out of embarrassment. But again, we're already looked at a certain way. We've already been through so much. Our ancestors have been through so much. And that's just real. That's where not even molestation that I know of. But that's where the embarrassment and rape was happening. And it carried on. That type of stuff can carry on. When we hear people say breaking generational curses, that sex demon can pass on from generation to generation to generation. Almost every family has a sick motherfucker in it. That same cousin that raped me for a whole summer, he's in prison right now for life. Life without. Because he went to prison for raping and murdering, or raping and kidnapping a girl. people will show signs in the family friends. Protect your children if you're not fucking them yourself. Stop sweeping shit under the rug. When you sweep shit under the rug, that nobody will ever know that Cynthia has been getting raped by Uncle John the whole time. And then now, Brittany's bringing her kids around Uncle John because Uncle John is older. So what can Uncle John do? Not knowing that Uncle John is still that way. But Brittany never said nothing. Now she's speaking on it. Now the family is like, oh my gosh, how many of my kids have been around? Now we asking the kids, and the kids is just like, yeah, well, Uncle John was. Now you finding out that almost your whole lineage has been fucked by Uncle John. But Uncle John was fucked by his dad. And his dad was fucked by his mom's friend. And his mom's friend was fucked by the master. Listen. Breaking generational curses start by stopping sweeping. Only thing you should be sweeping is your floor at your house, but not your business and the trauma and the things that's happening. It might be terrible and scary to talk about and hurtful and triggering and all type of different feelings, but it has to be talked about. Because my story can help you, your story can help me, our story can help somebody. You might encourage a family to stop sweeping things under the rug and start getting to the bottom of shit. I see a lot of comments, a lot of men on Facebook talking about Naziah wasn't groomed. She was young and fast. A lot of us women, we started having sex at a young age. You want to know the very first reason why I had, matter of fact, I lost my virginity to somebody I don't even know. You want to know why? Because my father kept accusing me of having sex, and I wasn't even doing anything. And in my young mind, I was like, why is he putting this on me? Like, am I supposed to be doing this? Like, I was thinking that I'm like, am I supposed to be doing this? Is this what's supposed to be happening? Like, I can remember so much, but then it's in bits and pieces. And it's really scary because certain smells or certain things will bring back a traumatic memory that I'm like, oh my God, did that really happen? And I'm not going to speak on it because I don't know if it really happened. But this is what I do know. When I was in elementary school, I went to McClure Elementary. No, this is at Columbus. I'm tripping. I was at Columbus Elementary School. And I had a really close friend. Her name was Mimi. That was my girl. I love her. Like, we was real close. I could just go over to her house and just walk in, and she could do the same to me. One day, Mimi came over. And this day, I don't remember. But I'm only speaking on the events that happened after what she said that led up to us fighting. So mind you, I'm in elementary school, 5th grade. What, 5th grade. We about to graduate this year because we in the 5th grade, whatever. Mind you, me and Mimi is best friends. Hey Darnell. She comes over all the time. One day she came over and she left. This is what she's telling me. All I know is the next day I came to school and everybody was looking at me, laughing, pointing like, and I was like, why is everybody laughing at me? So I'm looking in the mirror like, do I got a booger in my nose? Is there something in my teeth? Like, what's going on? And so this girl was like, you need to go ask Mimi what's going on. And I was like, my best friend, Mimi? So I'm like, girl, Mimi, what's happening? Why is everybody laughing at me? Let me in on the joke. I'm trying to laugh too. She said, yesterday I came over to your house and I seen your daddy trying to get on top of you. I said, what? What are you talking about? She said, you was in just a towel and he was trying to push you over the bed. I said, huh? I said, I don't remember that. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I genuinely, that's why I said, I don't remember. I don't know if it's true or not. I don't like to speak on it, but I'm speaking on it now because it's called swept under the rug. This was swept under the rug years ago. But this was a huge fight. Me and this girl fought all up and down the whole motherfucking schoolyard. We both got suspended. But they ended up bringing me back because I was like, why would she say that? I couldn't be her friend anymore. I couldn't understand why she would say that. Why would your young mind, we in the 5th grade, mind you, you go to the school and you tell everybody that you seen my father trying to get on top of me while I was in my towel, naked. So now everybody's laughing at me because they think that my dad raped me. It's a joke to them. That it's funny. It's not funny to me. Because one, I don't remember that day at all. I don't. I couldn't tell you if it's true or if it's not. If Jesus was standing right in front of me right now and he was like, tell the truth, I wouldn't know what to say. Because I, honest, from the bottom of my heart, do not remember that day. I just remember fighting my best friend for telling everybody that. And when I got older, I looked for her. And I do this every time. Every time it comes up again. Every time I think about it again. I get in contact with her and I ask her again. I say, hey, you remember when we was little? And what you said? And you know what? Her story has never changed. Never. And it's scary. It's scary when you don't remember something that somebody literally said they seen physically. Told the whole school, I'm talking about fought to this day, right now, to this day, still the same thing. But it was swept under the rug because I don't remember. I've already fought her. I was told I couldn't speak to her no more. I was told that I got to protect the family. Fight for the family. But who was fighting for me? Who was fighting for me? Because there's still things that I'm still going through in my head about things that happened to me when I was younger. I didn't have a good church experience. I didn't have a good growing up experience to where I'm like, oh yeah, no, it wasn't like that for me. But I made it. Almost every fucking men at the church was coming on to me so strong. It's like, is this normal? I'm 14. I'm 13. They're 34 and 50 and this and that. One of them I thought was coming to do music with me. Had me so hyped up about the fucking music, and I was just like so ready, like, yes. So I was suspended from school, and I was just like, yo, you know, we can do music right now. You know, you can come right over. You could just show, you know, bring the beats, whatever. You know, this grown ass man came over and fucked me. Pressured me. I didn't know what to do. I was just like, oh, I mean, and all I could think of is, it's my fault. I invited this man over. And I made him believe that it was for what he wanted. When, even though I said, bring the beats, this is the music and the this and the, his intentions was his intentions. And do you know this man had the nerve to quote the Bible? This man had the nerve to quote the Bible. That shit just made me dizzy. I'm sure you could, you see how this eye look lazy? I got a migraine so bad from talking about this that I look like but oh my gosh. This is tough. This is tougher than I thought to talk about. And I was thinking that I was going to be able to just tell you guys and let's talk about this because it got to be talked about. But I'm so glad that I'm talking about it. And guess what? I don't even care which one of my family members sees this and gets offended. I don't care anymore. I'm so sick and tired of holding on. I'm tired. And I know I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only one. So let's let go. Let's let go of this trauma. Let's let go of the fucking... Let's make it okay to not fuck with the family members that fucked us over. We don't have to be okay. I can forgive you, but I don't have to fuck with you. I don't. And I'm not. Even after all of that, I even went to prison for shooting a man that raped me because I was so fucking sick. At that time, I was just so sick. It was just like everybody in my life was just taking whatever the fuck they wanted when it came to me. And I had to be so strong and act like everything was okay when it wasn't. And it wasn't. So by the time whenever I caught my case, it was like me taking my life back into my own hands. I know some people look at me as a hero, but I'm not a hero. I'm not. I just was tired. I was just so tired. I was just so tired by that time. And I didn't trust anybody to protect me. I didn't anymore. Because nobody protected me. And my thing is this. Even when I spoke on anything that's happened to me, to my mom, to my dad, to my sister, nobody took me serious. My sister's husband tried to rape me. And I remember begging my sister not to marry him, not to even date him anymore. And not only did she marry him, but she had his kids, my nieces. So when I got out of prison, after shooting the man that raped me, and then bonding out, finally after 2 years, only to spend my last day with my sister, my brother, and her boyfriend, for him to try to rape me right before I have to turn myself in. A lot of stuff gets swept under the rug. Why do you think part of the reason why my family and I aren't speaking now? It's hard things to admit. Now I got 2 nieces that don't even know what their father tried to do to me. And then they can't even talk to me because it might come out. It might come out. So, continue sweeping, because heaven forbids my nieces find out. If you're just now tuning in, it's the Couch Chronicles, where it ain't no fucking limits. I do this every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 8 Central Time, and every Wednesday from 9:30 a.m. Central Time. Follow Couch Chronicles No Limits on Spotify, Pandora, THA Couch on Facebook, TikTok, and Big O. Couch Chronicles No Limits on Instagram, and my main YouTube Instagram, and my .coms, which is ThaRealJanell and THACouch.com. He said, has anybody tried to hurt me after that? Since prison? No. If I physically, sexually, no. I was choked, kind of like, and it wasn't even an abusive situation. It just happened. And ain't that what everybody say? Oh, he just hit me one time. And no, he didn't just hit me one time. But that was the first time that, yes, that was the first time that he choked me like that. But guess what? We're not together. I have a beautiful wife that makes sure that I'm taken care of. She's amazing. My support system is amazing. My cousins, Mary Marie, Keisha, Anton. Like, I've been building slowly but surely with some of my cousins, like, that I've been getting to know. Mary Marie, that's like my sister. Like, that's my cousin, but that's my sister, Trisha, that's one of my favorite cousins. Like, I'm trying to get to know my family, but again, I have some sick family members. And it's not just the guys, not just the boys, the girls too. I had one of my cousins call me playing with her pussy. Telling me, cousin, I'm playing with my pussy right now. Like, I don't give a fuck about that shit. Bye. I had another cousin tell me, oh, well, we all come on to each other. No, y'all all come on to each other. I'm not coming on to y'all. I just seen a viral post today, a video of a brother and a sister, stepbrother. They got the same daddy, but not the same mom. And the boy was hitting on the sister so hard. He like, nah, I could be with you. We ain't got the same mama. I could fuck with you. What you mean? She was like, no, that's nasty. That's disgusting. I'm telling you. And what's wild is the fact that I hear so many Black people saying, Whew, that don't happen in our community. Our community would never. No, your community? What? No, our community would never keep it real. Okay? Our community will never pull back that motherfucking rug and let people see what's going on under that rug because they got to keep up this image. Just being real. My family was like that. They run in the church. They run in a ministry. They gotta keep this look up, this church, this. The church is looking at them. They gotta keep this up. So we're there every Wednesday, Sunday, and this and that, acting so perfect. And it wasn't perfect at all. It wasn't. It was probably one of the worst. I don't know what was worse, my childhood or adulthood. Because I've had some crazy fucking things happen to me in adulthood. But I've had some wild things happen to me at a tender fucking age, starting at 9. But I would have never imagined that my spine and all of this and the neck surgery, I would have never imagined none of that shit. No. But I'll pick any of this any day over being physically and sexually abused and having to become a liar. Because when you've been gaslit in your family, that makes you a liar. You're not telling the truth when you're sweeping things under the rug. You're not telling the truth when you have to hide something about you or something that happened. That's not being truthful. You're not living in your truth. And a lot of us, we start doing this cleanse and we're like, yeah, we breaking generational curses and we starting to live in our truth. Well, living in your truth is admitting things that happen and working through it. Speaking up on it. Calling it out. And sometimes you got to do that. Sometimes the truth is ugly. Because the truth hurts. And then you do end up with that ugly cry. Because it hurts. You wasn't expecting Uncle Tommy to be molesting your daughter. This was your favorite uncle. You wasn't expecting your cousin to rape you the whole summer. I damn sure wasn't. I wasn't. Thank you, Dan. You guys, this is a tough subject, but we are going to keep at it every month. Swept under could be about plenty of things that happen with family and generational curses and all of that. So don't think that it's always going to be about sexual abuse, but that's a lot of the things that are swept under the rug with these families. And no one wants to be real because everybody is ashamed or in denial. It's the Couch Chronicles where it ain't no fucking limits. I love you guys so much, and I will be back on tomorrow. I got to get my energy back right. Take me a hot shower and go meditate. I needed that cleanse though. So when you do watch the couch, this is the therapy that you never knew you needed. It's definitely cleansing and therapeutic for me. I love the couch. I love the couch. Y'all, it's the Couch Chronicles where it ain't no fucking limits. Good night. I will see you tomorrow. Love you guys.